The Civil Registry Department is experiencing a backlog in the production of passports. The backlog is currently at 359,288, backdating to August 2018. This is mainly due to the limited availability of foreign currency to procure the required consumables such as ink, films, ribbon, and passport paper. This situation has been exacerbated by the low passport fees being charged by the department. The department is charging all its clients in local currency, yet consumables for the production of passports are all imported and require foreign currency. The ministry is aware of the high expectation from members of the public for timely provision of service delivery, particularly in the areas of issuance of travel documents. The ministry is also aware of what citizens are going through, especially those living abroad whose passports have expired. Citizens in the diaspora need to have valid passports in order to regularize their stay in the host countries. As a way of assisting the department to attend to requirements for passports by citizens in the diaspora, government has therefore authorized the department to charge USD $318 for passports in respect of those in the diaspora. The applications will be prioritized on an urgent basis. Further details on the implementation of this decision are being worked out by the Civil Registry Department in consultation with other stakeholders. I thank you. And above that, I also thought I should clarify the other issue that was in the papers regarding passport prices. When we discussed last time, I did not say passport prices had gone up. There was a question that was raised by the journalists about passport prices, and what I said was there was probably need at some point to look at the prices. Why? Because of issues that I've explained in my statement. That consumables are charged in foreign currency, and the prices for passports were pegged in way back in 2010 when the US dollar was equal to the Zimbabwe dollar, and they were pegged in US dollars. For example, an ordered passport then was pegged at 53 US dollars when a US was equivalent to one Zim dollar. And up to date, people are still paying the same fees. So all I said that day was there was need for us at some point to probably look at these fees, given the facts that I've just highlighted. But obviously, what I then read in the papers and on social media was that prices had gone up, which wasn't very correct. Yes, there may be need to look at it. Yes, we're having discussions. And in any case, whenever price has gone up, there's a process. They have to be approved, and then they have to be communicated through proper channels. And that did not happen. But anyway, I thought I should correct that. And then the other issue also, which is not very related, is that of the merchants. We spoke about it last time when we had a press conference. To my surprise, the headline that I saw in the local papers, I think it was the Herald, was that the minister had threatened politicians. And if my memory serves me well, and those who were here can also confirm, there was no point I threatened politicians. I thought I should make that very clear. The only time I spoke about politicians is when I said we have a collective responsibility as Zimbabweans to ensure that our country is safe and sound and there's peace and security in the country. And then I mentioned that all church elders, politicians, business people, and all Zimbabweans have a responsibility to ensure that our country is safe, because we do need investors, and we also want our country to be safe and sound. We want, peace and security to prevail in the country. But obviously, it was reported to suggest that I had threatened the politicians. I think it's not very fair. I would prefer a situation. I'm very friendly to media, and I know we need you. We need each other. We work very well together, and we should maintain that. But what I don't really subscribe to is where words are put into my mouth. When it sends wrong signals, it would appear as if I was suggesting anything. Yes, I still insist that there is need to ensure there's sanity in our country. I insist that people must follow the law. We insist that those artisanal miners who are mining should do it legally and in a legal and acceptable manner. And we are saying no to merchant wars. That stands. And the police, I called for a meeting with the police and with other stakeholders, the Ministry of Mines and other officials, to try and find a way to ensure that this issue is dealt with, to ensure that there's sanity on the ground, to ensure that peace prevails in the country, and to ensure that there's no lawlessness in the country. But to then suggest that I threatened the politicians, that statement was never said in this room. And those who were here, they can confirm that that wasn't said. And I thought I should correct that one for the record. But anyway, any questions?
Yes, I just need clarity on the issue of the 318. Is it for the emergency, or it's just the...
Just for the emergency. Because currently what we're trying to do is we know that our citizens out there, especially the diasporans, they are the ones who are very much affected. You know, they rely on their passports. For their work, for whatever they're doing out there, they need their passports. So we have said, look, the challenges that we are having are that for foreign currency. We are struggling to get foreign currency to buy the consumables. And diasporans, they earn foreign currency anyway. So maybe if we can allow them to pay foreign currency, and then we make sure the RGs here, we'll make sure that they get their passports within the prescribed period, which is, if it's an emergency passport, like this particular one, these are emergency passports. These will be delivered within 24 hours. And our 24 hours starts when we receive the forms here, when we receive the documents. They should be able to get their passport the following day, 24 hours later.
So are they still going through the same processes mentioned last month that they go through the embassy?
Yes, because they are, yes, but what has been happening, the RG can confirm, most of them have been applying through the embassy, but they will retrieve their forms and send their relatives or somebody who would then bring them to, because they feel it's faster that way. So we will still accept that as long as it's got a stamp from the embassy, it will be processed within that 24 hours.
Okay.
That can be guaranteed.
All right.
Yes. We know some of them, they want to come on holidays, they want to come and meet with their families, over and above the other challenges that they are facing in the diaspora. So we want to try and ensure that they get their passports way in time for holidays.
Okay.
Yes. Any other questions? Yes.
Is the payment limited to US dollars only, or they can pay using other currencies?
Well, RG, I think they can pay the equivalent. The RG is right here.
Well, it can be paid in equivalent, but that's what the minister said. The actual implementation modalities will be attended to by the department.
Okay. If another one, okay, sure.
Yeah. On the issue of the markets, what is the issue? What is the situation on the ground right now?
Currently, we seem to be, I think we are now in control, but more work is still being done. Up to a stage where we'll say we've actually cleared this, but I can tell you the police are on the ground and we're working with other stakeholders, Ministry of Mines, EMA, and everybody else. So the situation is calm, and we'll continue monitoring and we'll keep our people on the ground.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? Yes.
There's the issue of corruption, especially at the Registrar General's office in regards to the passport. What are the mechanisms to keep corruption so that people can apply for this?
Okay. Thank you very much for bringing up that question. It's a very pertinent question. We are saying zero tolerance to corruption, and we're going to be doing our utmost to ensure that there's no corruption. But like I always say, it takes two to engage in corruption. We are saying to our citizens, whenever you see something happening, something fishy going on, our doors are open. Please report the matters. The problem is people engage in corruption, they keep it to themselves, and we don't get to know what is going on. We are not saying it's not happening. Yes, it is happening. We've had complaints, but please, we are saying to our citizens, help us curb this problem. Help us deal with this problem by reporting cases of corruption. Especially for the diasporans. Let me just give a very simple example. We've made it very clear here that you pay your $318, you get your passport within 24 hours. So why do you want to pay extra to who? Don't pay anything extra to anybody. Pay your $318, US dollars, and you get your passport within 24 hours. That can be guaranteed. So do not pay anybody else anything for anything. Nobody's going to be doing you any favor. So desist from promoting corruption by being involved. And we are kindly urging the public to let us know of such, if those incidents are taking place, if people are engaging in corruption. We cannot know from these offices. We rely on the people. The danger that is there is that people talk about it in the paper, in the press, in social media, but they don't want to come forward to bring forward the evidence to report people. So we are urging our citizens to report any form of corruption that they come across, and we'll do our best to deal with that one.
Right. Yes. Honorable Minister, if you're indulgent, I don't know if maybe if there are any questions, any further questions, or maybe if the RG may wants to say something else, but I don't know, maybe members of the press, if you've got any
If you've got questions,
which you may want to
I'm here to clarify.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Cletus are okay?
Yeah.
Are you happy? Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine.
I believe there are no other questions at this point in time, Honorable Minister. Thank you.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.